Why I uninstalled Windows 10 and moved all the way back to Windows 7 on all of my computers. As some of my viewers know, I have a few computers here and I had upgraded them, all of them, from Windows 8.1 to Windows 10 on the second day of Windows 10 releasing. At first I was really happy with the update and I was happy with all of the development that Windows 10 brought. But recently, especially after the 1511 threshold 2 update, the experience went totally sour for me. As some of you might be expecting, it's not actually the privacy issues that were causing the problem. I know that Windows 10 has a lot of privacy issues, and even if you turn off the privacy settings, it's still snooping on you. I'm not okay with it, but I was willing to live with it. The problem that I faced is the entire experience of Windows 10 got totally ruined, especially after this update. Picture this: you have an important email or something that has to be drafted or sent online right now, and you got a call about that right now. So you turn on your computer, it boots up, and you are waiting for 10 to 20 minutes for your computer to stabilize. At startup, Windows 10 was hogging up all of my internet. It would be using up the disk 100%. It would be using up a lot of memory, and it's actually hogging up the internet, so you can't even open a single web page on your computer. I felt like Microsoft is leasing me a computer and I am waiting here for it to complete its priorities first, and then I can do my tasks. I can understand mass data collection, and your Android phones, your high-end Android phones, many of the other things already do mass data collection. But they don't do it at the cost of experience to the user. Like for example, my Note 5, it might be used for collecting data by Samsung and Google, but there is no issues when using it. I don't see it, and it doesn't hinder to my user experience. But it seems Microsoft has went another route, and it actually prioritizes mass data before user experience, and that's what is totally wrong with Windows 10 right now. In case you are wondering, I'm not using a really old hardware with Windows 10. My daily use laptop has an i7 processor, one of the recent i7 processors. It has 12 gigs of RAM, and it has a hybrid hard drive. And similarly, even my gaming desktop has a really high-end hardware. So it wasn't because the hardware is low. I'm giving at least 5 times more than the minimum requirement for Windows 10. But this thing would just hog up the internet, it would just hog up the disk management, and you would be really frustrated within some time. This thing started to get really sluggish. Softwares which used to work really fast before started slowing down, and it's because the computer would be running certain tasks at the background. So it's actually poor management and poor page file management from the operating system. Windows 10 also affected my battery life on my primary laptop, also my other laptop. My primary laptop is capable of giving me around 10 hours of usage, but after Windows 10 it went to 7 hours. And after the 1511 update, this went all the way down to 6 hours and sometimes 5.5 hours. Also, another thing which I didn't like about Windows 10 is the network was very unstable. So if you set up a network with all of your computers, at certain times, if now I'm sending a file to the other computer, it'll be working. But 5 minutes later you try to send a file to the same computer, it doesn't show up on the network for some reason. So the network was really unstable. Now after I moved back to Windows 7 on all of the computers, I got my battery life back on the laptops. They are working around 10 hours now. I got the network working flawlessly, and I don't have any problems with network packets dropped or any file sending through the networks. And I got my internet back, so I can use my computer. I start my computer, and as soon as I turn on the computer, I can start working. I don't have to wait 10 minutes for the computers to do their own thing. If it wasn't for some of my work software requiring Windows, I would have actually jumped to Linux because that's how Microsoft is treating its customers right now. I have been a paying Microsoft customer for a long time. I got Windows 7, I have Windows 8 disks for my computers, and got upgraded to Windows 10. But clearly, the move right now shows what Microsoft's priority is. They are primarily becoming a data collection and mass surveillance kind of company, and they are willing to neglect user experience. So that is the top priority for them. User experience and all of these things are secondary for them. This is what they are showing right now. If you have had a similar experience with Windows 10, comment in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. This has been Jamie for TopEvt. You have a nice day.